Alright, good afternoon guys. My name is Specialist Locklear Dill. I am here to teach you locating an unknown point using intersection. Alright, it is the responsibility of all DA personnel to preserve the wildlife, guys. Don't mess with the wildlife. Alright, the safety risk is low. We do have this waterway behind us. We're not supposed to be going in the water at all today, so stay away from that. Obviously, we're outside, so we have the opportunity to run in with some wildlife. If you do run in with it, don't touch it, leave it alone, all right? It also is hot out here, so make sure you guys are drinking water. All right, so I'm going to pull out this map, and I'm gonna give you a brief description after I do a sign-in sheet, because I need to keep track of who you are. All right, Special Smith, what's your first initial?
Tiffany sign.
Alright, and you?
Specialist Clark, Sergeant. First initial is a C.
Alright. So, I'm going to do it a little bit one-on-one because people learn a little different. So, Specialist Smith, I'm going to ask you to come up here so I can teach you, give you kind of like a good background of what you need to know. You also need a straight edge when you do this. So we're just going to start here with some points. We're going to pick some stuff out. Because this isn't the map that you would use. If you do go into something like this and you're actually in a real life scenario, you're going to have a map that's oriented to where you're at. So to start off with this, you have to figure out where north is at. You have to orientate your map north. So say we did that, and we'll use our surroundings for an example so it's not as confusing. You have a waterway behind you, right? So you know where that's at. So that's going to be your first point, all right? So you're trying to find X point over there. Correct? Yeah. So somebody over there is going to know where they're at. They're going to know their location, their actual 8-digit grid coordination. All right? They're also going to be looking at this point. So what you're going to do is you're going to locate yourself on this map. Say we're here. All right? And they are here. The point that you're looking for is here. All right? Here, here, and here. So you do need a straight edge for this. Kind of important. Usually you use note cards because it's not as flimsy, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to fold this so it has a little more depth behind it, and I'm going to put this behind it so that way it's nice and you have that strong edge. You do this kind of on a flat surface, kind of hard, so that way when you're drawing and you're actually making points, you have straight actual edge. It's not like this blob that's kind of zigzagging, so you want to make sure that it's kind of as flat as possible. And let's step over here because that one's a little flatter than this. So we're going to do it right here. See how it lays a little flatter? Mm-hmm. Alright, so you typically would need a compass for this, but since we're just going to do the map portion, you do know how to convert grid azimuth to magnetic azimuth and vice versa using GM angle, right?
Sure.
Okay, you can find that at the bottom, subtraction, addition, subtraction, stuff like that. You got a key back here, right here. See how that says it talks you through it. To convert magnetic to grid, you subtract GM angle. To convert grid to magnetic, you add GM angle.
Okay.
So yeah, you can find all the information in the legend, but that's not in the class for today, so I'm not going to go over that too in depth. So what you would do is you would place your protractor on said point right here. Make sure this is a 1 to 50,000 map. See it? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the one that you're going to use, that little block. So you're going to put this on your point, right? All right? And then that way you're going to find your grid point where you're at. Okay? And then after you plot your point on the map, you're going to move the center of your protractor, see how that has a hole, onto your point. All right? And then these are your degrees. This is your azimuth right here. So you have degrees and then you have mils. So you don't use mils, you use degrees. All right? So then that's where the straight edge comes in, right? So you already know where you're at. You've plotted your point, they've plotted their point, and then you're looking for X point, right? So then you're both gonna shoot an azimuth, right? So after you shoot an azimuth, That's where the compass comes into play. You shoot an azimuth, magnetic, and then you're going to turn that into your grid azimuth, right?
Okay.
Subtracting the GM angle, all right? So then you're going to line up your grid azimuth with what you've subtracted over here from the GM angle, right? Once you get that point, you're going to move your protractor and you're going to draw the line. Just a straight line all the way through whatever point, because you don't know where it's going to intersect. You don't want to draw your line too short, and then when you draw that line, it doesn't connect. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then after they do that, they're going to tell you their grid azimuth, or their magnetic azimuth. So then you're going to take and plot their point over here, which is already done, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've converted your magnetic azimuth to the grid azimuth. Then you're going to take your straight edge again, and you're going to line it up right like that. And you see that's your grid azimuth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to draw that straight line. You see where that intersects?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to put your protractor over here, and you're going to line it up. See how that's your point?
Mm-hmm.
Right there? It is, so you read your map right up. It's 499. So that's where you're coming into your 8-digit grid coordinate. If you have an 8-digit grid coordinate, you're within 100 meters where you're supposed to be. 6 is 1,000 meters. 8-digit is 100 meters. 10-digit is 10 meters. Or no, I may be wrong. 4 is 1,000.
That's
6
correct.
is 100. Is it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. So then you have 0499, right? And then you read it right up. So that should be 3 and 2. Okay?
Okay.
And that would be your grid coordinate. So now you know where this point is at. And you know how you need to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? And then after that you have, to actually get there, to find the distance between there, you're going to use your scale down here. You're actually going to take your distance with that line that you've drawn, and you're going to do the tick marks. That's where the straight edge method comes in. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your tick marks from point A to point B, and then you'll come up here to where this scale is at, and you see how that's right there at approximately 1,000 meters.
Okay.
So that's how far you need to walk. All right, any questions?
No.
Probably really quick.
It's a bit confusing, but I think if I see you teach specialist
Clark. Okay.
I'll get it.
Okay. All right. Specialist Clark. All right. So we're gonna redo this. All right. So you're here, right? You have a squad over there that's there. You know where you're at. They know where they're at. So you've plotted a point here. This is where you are. And this is where they are. Just make it a little less confusing if I do it this way. Right? Say you're looking for that. You have no idea where that is on this map.
Okay.
You don't know what grid coordinates that's at. You're confused, right? So we can see it. So
Yeah,
we
we
can
can see it.
Yeah, we can see it in person. We just don't know where it's at on the map. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your compass
Okay.
and you're gonna shoot a magnetic azimuth that way.
Okay.
Okay, say that should be 280. All right, let's say 280. Okay. 280 magnetic.
So we gotta convert it to grid.
Yep, we'll convert it to grid after we
Okay.
get theirs. They say they're at 60. They can see it at 60
But
degrees.
are they at 60 grid or magnetic?
They're at 60 grid.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 grid. So they're at 60 grid. All right. So then you're going to take your GM angle, and it says to convert from magnetic to grid, you subtract the GM angle. Your GM angle is 5. All right. So you're going to subtract 5 from 280, which is
275.
all right, and then 5 from 60.
55.
All right. This is where we're at, right? This is where we are. So you're going to take this, your trusty protractor that's got this hole in the middle. And you're gonna set it on that point, and you're gonna get it as straight as possible. So then you're gonna take this right here, straight edge, and you're gonna line it up with 275 grid.
Okay.
You see that right there. Then you're gonna make sure it's hard to hold it under there when you're turning it. All right, make sure that's lined up. Then making sure that that's still lined, not moving this paper, you're gonna draw this straight edge like this.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna look, they're at 55 grid, right? This is their point. So then make sure you orientate this the right way. North on the map. And they're at 55. So you're gonna place this under here, do the same thing. Line it up with 55, and you're gonna draw this straight edge like that, right?
Okay.
Straight edge. You see how those points are crossing right there? On that cross section, you're gonna take and use this 1 to 50,000. That's what scale this map is. Make sure you line it up right, and then you're gonna place this on the center of that scale. And that's where you're gonna get that 0.4, 99, 3, 2. Okay?
Okay.
And then, like I told her, that's where you're going to take this straight edge from your point to X point. Now that you know where it's at, you know where you're walking, you can judge the distance using this scale. See? Tick marks for there. And you're going to come up here. It's about 1,000 meters.
Okay.
All right? Any questions?
Nope. I think I got it.
All right, so we're gonna take turns since we only have one map. If you want, it might not be, to look and try and do the practice on your own, picking 2 points and then seeing, trying to do resection like that.
Okay.
Here's your straight edge, your protractor.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with, I guess, like this point here, and then this point over here,
Okay.
and up here.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a grid azimuth from about where that should be. That should be, to intersect between there, you're gonna look at 355 magnetic. And then this one, you're gonna be at 7 magnetic. Okay. All right, see where that intersects.
Okay. So it's -5, so 350 and 2. So that in the center, and put it to 350.